Hey guys, what's up? I am back with another speed test. So in this video, we will be checking out the performance of the Vivo V25e against the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11 Pro. And the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11 Pro is powered by Helio G96 SoC with 8GB of RAM, while the Vivo V25e is powered by new Helio G99 SoC with 8GB of RAM. On the back, we have quad cameras on the Redmi versus 8 triple cameras on the Vivo. So the Redmi has a 108 megapixel main camera with 8 megapixel ultra wide and 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, while on the another hand, Vivo has a 64 megapixel optical image stabilization main camera. Then we have 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro. And the back on both phones is made up of glass, and the frame on both phones is made up of plastic. We have a fingerprint scanner inside the display on the Vivo versus inside the power button on the Redmi Note 11 Pro. Also on the bottom, no headphone jack on the Redmi, because headphone jack it is available on the top on the Redmi Note 11 Pro, which is not available at all on the Vivo V25e. That's really disappointing. And Redmi Note 11 Pro also has a stereo speakers, while the Vivo has a single speaker, and Redmi also has IP53 water and dust resistance, which we don't find on the Vivo as well. So very excited to see which one is faster. So now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Let's see which one is faster. So now let's begin the test with the boot up test. So logos came up first on the Vivo, and Vivo is running on Android 13 with FunTouchOS 13, while the Redmi is running on Android 12 with MIUI 13. So let's see which one is faster. And Vivo V25e is faster when it comes to booting up, and you can see MediaTek Helio G99. So the Redmi also right behind there. We only have 1 or 2 second difference between these two devices. Now let's talk about the displays between these two devices. And the Vivo has a 6.4 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED with 90Hz refresh rate, while the Redmi has a 6.67 inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. Also we have a center punch hole on the Redmi versus a center notch, U-shaped notch on the Vivo, and the bottom chin it is more smaller on the Redmi Note 11 Pro. So the display quality it is miles better on the Redmi Note 11 Pro. So everything's closed up in the background, no application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. So the first application we have is the phone dialer, that is faster on the Vivo. So opening up settings, and that one it is very similar. So now let's go to the display on both phones, and we have 120Hz refresh rate versus a 90Hz. So Vivo should put a 120Hz refresh rate display in this phone, because in this price range we have 120Hz and an AMOLED and a punch hole from Xiaomi, as you can see. So now check out some more apps. Now let's start off with the Amazon shopping with same Wi-Fi network. So Helio G99 versus G96, little faster on the Vivo. Scrolling wise, more smoother on the Redmi, yes it is, while Vivo it is also not really right behind. So now let's open this. That one it is very similar. Scrolling again, little hiccups on the Vivo sometimes, but which I didn't see on the Redmi at all. So now check out some games application. So this way we should see a more real difference between the Helio G99 versus Helio G96. So now let's see Candy Crush Saga. And Candy Crush it is exactly the same on both phones, as you can see. So now let's open Instagram. That one it is faster on the Vivo. And now let's see Pinout. Pinout is a tiny bit faster on the Vivo this time. So now let's open Snapchat. Again faster on the Vivo. So Spotify, and that is very similar. And now let's see Subway Surfer. And Subway Surfer is little faster on the Redmi Note 11 Pro, but it is almost a draw on both phones. So let me show the speakers on both phones. first on the Vivo, because Vivo has a single speaker. And here is the Redmi Note 11 Pro with dual speakers. As you can see in the speakers, it is more better on the Redmi Note 11 Pro. So opening up the Temper 2, and that one it is little faster on the, that is very similar. So you can see most of the time G99 and G96, both phones is performing very similar, because both SoCs has the same GPU, so no difference in that area. So now let's open this big game which is called as PUBG Mobile. So in that game we should see a little difference, but let's see. Both phones looks very similar, so no difference at all, I would say. So the Vivo is a tiny bit faster, as you can see. Also in that game we have smooth graphics with ultra frame rate, so no 60 FPS on the Vivo with the Helio G99 SoC. So now let's opening up the Twitter, and that one faster on the Vivo. So now let's open Zedge, my favorite wallpaper application. That one faster on the Vivo. So let's see scrolling, and that is again more smoother on the Redmi Note 11 Pro. So last I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. So let's see which one is faster. So opening up the camera, so the Vivo is faster in that area, and the camera performance I feel it is better on the Vivo. So now let's look at the front facing camera. So Vivo has a 32 megapixel selfie camera, while the Redmi Note 11 Pro has a 32 megapixel selfie camera as well, but the selfie camera I feel it is better on the Vivo. Okay guys, now let's see internet browsing speed. I am seeing default Google Chrome on both phones. So now let's open wikipedia.org. That is very similar. So now let's see scrolling, and that is feels pretty smooth on both phones, and this time it is very hard to tell which one is 90 Hz and which one is 120 Hz. So now let's open this. Again, very similar performance. Apple.com, next website. That one faster on the Redmi this time. Scrolling again feels pretty smooth on both phones. No jitters, no hiccups. But if I see very closely, then I can say that Redmi is a tiny bit smoother. So now check out RAM management. So both phones has 8 GB of RAM. Let's see who is performed good in the RAM management. So now let's start off with the phone dialer. Refresh on the Redmi. Settings. Amazon shopping. Refresh again. Let's see Candy Crush Saga. Again refresh. RAM management it is very bad on the Redmi so far. Instagram, that is also refresh. Let's see pin out. Same result. Snapchat. Spotify. Same result. Subway Surfer. Same result. Let's see Temper 2. Same result. Let's see PUBG Mobile. And that got refresh on both phones. So first refresh on the Vivo. So opening up the Twitter, that is also still there in the memory. Zedge, that is refresh again. And last we're back to the internet browser where we left, and you can see. And guys, so what I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that, and the Vivo V25e and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11 Pro and both phones is performing very similar in system-based application as well as in games. Yes, in games the Vivo V25e is a tiny bit faster, but that difference is only a half second difference. So in terms of the RAM device in that area, the Vivo is a definitely winner over the Redmi Note 11 Pro, and the Redmi has a 5000 mAh battery size with a 67 watt fast charging, while the Vivo V23e has a 4500 mAh battery size with a 44 watt fast charging. So thank you so much for watching this speed test. I hope you like this video. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos like this, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.